What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Well, it's that time of the month again to where we talk about how much we got paid in dividends for the previous month. December, and honestly, looking at the previous year. So, December was amazing, right? Because it's my first time that I have, over 1,000 shares in SCHD, right? I have many others that are in the $100 range for dividends, but I'm being paid a lot from different plays that I have. And I don't like to over diversify. Never like to over diversify. My plan is to diversify enough to where I have a presence in each position. Right? I don't want to just put $1,000 here and then now I'm on to just the next thing. I want to put 5,000, 10,000, maybe even 20 or 25,000 into those plays in order to give myself a consistent dividend payout from that position whenever I expect to get it, right? I really don't want to see a $5 dividend payment or a $10 dividend payment. I want to see it get a lot better as time goes on. So I will average into a lot of those plays. So in this video, we're going to go through where I am, what has happened over the last couple of days, as well as the last year, what I'm looking like for this year so far, and the expectation that I have for this year as well as every year coming up. So you should get a lot of information here when it comes to a dividend portfolio. My total dividend portfolio is over $100,000. So just to let you guys know, if you wanted to understand how much you can make with $100,000 in your dividend portfolio. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos, and also check out some of the links down below if you want to start your journey with Robinhood. I have a link for Robinhood as well as Webull and maybe some other platforms as well if you want to get started on there. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to start with my overall portfolio and where it does stand. Right now, my portfolio stands at $134,844.96. Today it is up by about $700-ish, $736 or so. And if we see how things have functioned for the last week, it is currently only up by $100 in the last week. Now, in the last month, as we move towards the last month and 3 months and year or year to date and all of that stuff, you're going to see that what has happened the prior year. And then we're going to also show you what year to date is, which would be January 1st to what is today, which is January 3rd. So the last month, it is down by $5,315. It's not a great sight to see. And you're probably like, geez, that is a huge leap from being up $100 to being down $5,300. To end the year wasn't great at all. But obviously the new year is starting out maybe on the right foot at least a little bit. If we look at the last 3 months, we are down by $3,600, which is about 2.65%. If we look at the last year, we are up by $6,177.39. I think that was 6,000-ish dollars. And all history, we're up by about $7,000, 5% since we started the portfolio, which was actually it was a little over a year ago. In October, I went through a full year of the first year of starting my portfolio, and now this is adding another 2 months into it, which doesn't look great compared to then, right? Then I saw about a 10 or 11% return, and that's not what we're seeing now. Over the last year, we can see a 5% return, which isn't bad. I'm not mad at it at all. I want to see that consistency, and eventually we'll see some that are up 17%, some that are up 1%, some that are even down on the year. That's okay, right? We're investing into things that have a history of consistently increasing over a 5-year span, 10-year span, and that's what these portfolios are all about. So if we look at year to date is showing that we are up by $404.80, $403.28, or about 0.3%, which is always great to see. But it still haunts you as you look at the last 3 months and the last month and how far it has dropped by $5,300 or so, and $3,000 respectively. Now, This is not what this portfolio is about. Yes, I do want to see overall that I'm seeing a gain, which is great to see 5%. But what this portfolio is about being able to take these dividends and continue to reinvest those dividends, and then eventually get to a point where I can be paid out $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month in order to cover my daily or monthly bills. So let's get into that information. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go over to my account here and go to account history just to show you what I've been paid out in dividends. And just know recently I did add a lot of money to SCHD. I think I had like a total of like $10,000 to SCHD and like $2,000 to ticker symbol O. And I'll plan on adding more as time goes on. I want to add $2,000 per month. But let's look at the dividends, and we're going to go past pending, and we're going to look at all the recent ones. So the recent ones for December, we were paid out $114.78 from JP Morgan Equity Premium. We were paid out 29 cents from Microsoft. This, I don't really like having this low of a dividend, as I said in the beginning of this video, but the reason why I have that is because if I ever get like a free stock from Robinhood, I just put that money directly into Microsoft, which would be like $5 a piece. So it's not really a lot, but I get paid 29 cents for that dividend. Realty income, I got paid about $50, $49.49, 62 cents for the Dow Jones. I got paid $28.62 from Coca-Cola. $310.63 for Charles Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. $49.63 for Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. $59.83 for SPDR Portfolio S&P 500 High Dividend ETF. $54.24 for Fidelity High Dividend ETF. Investigo S&P 500 high dividend, low volatility ETF. I got paid $70.08. Investico FTSE Rafi US is $4.24. Wisdom Tree $65.88, and then I got paid $16.44 from Nike. So I got decent payouts from a lot. Obviously, the largest being SCHD, which is paid quarterly, and I have the most invested into that play. If we go back to what I do have and how much I do have, I have 511 shares of SPHD. I have 110 shares of SPYD. I have 114 of FDVV. JEPI, 287 shares. And you're going to see my largest is SCHD. I have 1,370 shares, which I want to get to 2,000, but I want to get a lot of other things up first. And, we might end up seeing this kind of push up a lot further in the meantime of getting a lot of these up and running. Because right now, SCHD is like 30% of my portfolio. Don't want that. I want it to be like 25% at maximum. But let's go into my dividend spreadsheet here. It's going to show you how much I was paid in dividend in total. When we look at December, this is what I was projected, $784.81. I got paid out $824.77. Some bigger payouts you can see from JP Morgan. I got a larger payout there. I got a larger payout from Coca-Cola, a larger payout from VYM. I got a smaller payout from Charles Schwab. I did invest into that halfway into the quarter, so I don't know how that really affects it, but I did get that there. I got about $10 more in SPR portfolio, or SPYD, let's just say that. But $824.77, 316 of which is my monthly paying dividends and what I will receive basically per month, which is always great to receive an extra $316 in dividend payouts just for holding that. And that's per month. That's not saying, oh, I'm getting paid quarterly and then splitting it up. No, that is per month that I'm getting paid out from Realty Income, from SPHD, from JEPI, and from DHS, which are some of my largest positions that I do have. As you can see here, 24,000, 12,000. I have 37,000 in SCHD. I have 16,000 here, and I have 16,000 there, which I do plan to invest more and more as time goes on. But that's great. Total over the last year, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And we're going to see unhide everything. Total over the last year, I believe that's what it's showing here. Let me just make sure. It might be looking at all history. Yeah, so it's looking at everything that has happened. I want to go January to December. And I'm going to just copy all of this there. And we're going to see how much we made in the last year. Understand that obviously in January here, I got paid $18.58. Here, $24, $121, $59, $107, $382. So it got more and more. And as you see some of the quarterly numbers, they started to grow, and some of the monthly numbers, they also started to grow. Right now, my projected monthly number is $272.37, at which today or this month I got paid out $316.67, so a little bit higher than what I did have there, and that's because I have added maybe a little bit more to it. But the total amount that I got paid out was $2,871.41 to add to the amount that I made from the position itself, right? Because everything does get reinvested, but $2,871.41 is what I made. Now, what does that mean for the next year? If this stayed the same and I did not reinvest any more money and I just continued to collect all the money, I would receive over the next year $5,318.23, at which $443 per month if I, obviously prorate it out for, divide it by 12. So that's great. Absolutely fantastic to be able to gain that much per month and that much over a year if I decided to hold that. However, my plan is to add another 24,000 over the next year. Every month I want to add $2,000 to it. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's 2,000. I'll do it. I'll always invest 2,000, but sometimes it will be 5,000 or 10,000, depending on how much I did receive in my other sources of income, and how much I have to save. And also, like after tax season, if I have anything left over from the tax money that I have stored away, I will take all of that and I'm going to throw it into my dividend portfolio so that we have that for the next year, and then I'll continue to do that as time goes on, as I'm doing my own taxes there. So, and then also as I gain money from crypto, I will continue to throw money into my dividend and long-term stock portfolio. But that's where we stand, right? My projections for this over the next year, yes, I want to add $24,000 of just regular income into there, which should bring the total, if we're looking at it standing still, which should bring the total somewhere up in the 60,000 range, right? 58,000 range. Let's just round it up and say 160,000. I also want to gain 5 to 10%, so add on another 5,000 to that, or 10,000. Let's say we get up to 170, and then if we can find a way to grow a little bit, I want to see it. I want to see me be able to get to a total. This is my goal for the next year, is to get to $200,000 by December. Right, by the end of December, I want to be at $200,000. This last year was amazing because I went from $63 all the way up to $134,000. So I don't see why I wouldn't be able to add on another $70,000, but this was a really, really good year. So we will see how this all pans out. But I do want to add, like I said, another total of $70,000, whether it's coming from gains, it's coming from dividends, it's coming from extra cash that I'm putting on the board. So, and that'll get me to what I believe will be somewhere around the $6,000 or $7,000 range for the year and how much I can gain. And then the next year, I want to get it to maybe another level of like 300,000 and 400,000. But I will update you guys month by month to show you guys where I am and where things stand. But this is where I am right now, 134,000, I think it is. It's close to that. I know it tends to be a little bit off, depending on where the overall positions are, but $134,868.08. So that's where we stand here today. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about my portfolio. If it's in good standings, if it's not in good standings, if you think I should have something else, let me know. I will consider it. I only buy what I feel like buying, not what you guys tell me to buy. But if you do let me know about it, I will, do a little bit of research, and then if I see that I want to purchase it, I will make that move. But guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out my link for Robinhood down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.